Hey.
Hi, Ben.
Cool.
That was a really good conversation, by the way.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that,
it's fascinating. I mean, this is the thing, though, isn't it? Is that we're all here to actually teach each other of our perspectives, which are all unique, and we all. Part of the problem is people don't realise that whilst we are one, we've come here to experience life individually and actually enjoy and appreciate everyone's individuality and their unique experience and learn from it. And so, whilst you might have a different perspective, you might disagree because your perspective is different to someone else's. It shouldn't be a reason to have conflict and
no, definitely. I
yeah,
definitely, for example, like I'm a friend. I was just talking today to a friend of mine from the States, because he's like a born again Christian, and everything, from the South, and he was like, and I just said, okay, I have this experience about how I express myself, and I respect your thing, but in the day we're both growing. I may not agree with everything, but we're still friends. We're still
yeah,
enjoying each other, you
yeah,
know,
yeah, 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 yeah.
you know, and because it's and it was we're not debating. We just basically saying, well, okay, you don't believe in divine feminine, I do. So,
Yeah, yeah, of
but
course.
I respect your point of view. That's what I
Yeah,
said to him. Like, and
we're
we got on and said, yeah, I love you too, and
yeah,
have a great day,
that's it.
right?
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know,
this is the thing. I mean, like, it doesn't matter. I mean, how much of your life you have shared with another one person or individual or group. Like there's just not there's your experiences are so unique. We are all living in our own dimensions. We are living all in our own world. Our perspective is so unique. Our influence and what we take in from the instant that we're experiencing life as we know it in the womb from onward, is different from another. So, because the experience we're experiencing even as a baby in a womb is from our mother who's having a different experience of the world as we're going through that process of being in a womb and through the pregnancy. So yeah, and then we obviously have these unique experiences all the way through. Every single moment, like I say, is giving birth to a new moment where we experience something new and different that shapes how we see things.
oh yeah, it's really good actually because I'm friends with this woman on YouTube. She was a Christian background, and now she's a preacher for multi faith union community, and I'm friends with her on Facebook. I would definitely send a link to after Zoom, because she's interviewing people who are spiritually awake from all different backgrounds, and it goes back to what you're saying. It's really really interesting.
Awesome, yeah. Send it to me,
Yeah, yeah,
definitely.
her name's Melissa. Yeah, I follow her. She's really nice of that she allowed me to be friends with her on Facebook.
Cool, cool.
You know, you
Yeah,
know, um, you know, so you
yeah, yeah.
know,
Yeah, well,
yeah,
yeah. Share it with me. I'll definitely love to have a look. So
yeah,
yeah, so let's get this done so we can get this done and out of the way. So I'm going to share my
yeah.
screen like this and just close that down. So you haven't been on the website at all yourself yet, have you, or have
No,
you? Have you read anything?
I
You have.
have,
Yeah,
yeah,
great
but
stuff.
because I had a link from my phone. It was quite small because I don't at the moment I don't have a tablet. The only computer I have is an Amazon tablet that was
Ah,
given to me.
no
So
worries. No worries. Well, I mean, there's a lot of very interesting and useful information to learn about GPMS and for people to properly understand what it is. Because the majority of people, when they first come across it, a lot of them will find it very difficult to actually really imagine the world that we're creating being a possible world that we can create. But that's just because they haven't got there yet, and they haven't understood really. They have to, you know, understand that we can create this world because we're the 99% and the skill set to bring us into the new world is already within us. We already have the skills. We're already doing what we're doing on behalf of the people, but we're doing it within a employed capacity, making other people money. And there's lots of unnecessary jobs that are bad for the planet and people that don't serve us. So we will do it. And it's just once we get the majority of voice to agree to it, and there's already billions of people ready to agree. As you've seen in Uganda, I've got some work that I'm doing there with an orphanage there, and the children they're already like excited about the future and actually having abundance, which is obviously far from where they are now. So as you're looking at this now, so you've got, is this zoomed in enough? Can you see it properly on your shared screen? Global People's Financial System.
Because I'm using it on my mobile phone.
Is it kind of not quite in the screen then, is it?
Well, I could, because I said I can zoom, like I can like go and touching your board so I can see it like that large. But if you type on the board, you know, the little pen, the website, then I can just copy on my tablet.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
the website, so I can get in.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I can complete it on your behalf. You know, actually, what really needs to happen is you need to do the signature actually on it. So what I'll do is, like I say, I'll share with you where to go and the fields. We'll have a quick talk about that, and then you can.
Because you know on Zoom there is a pen. So if you write down the address, then I could.
Yeah. I can send it to you in comments. Is that right? Do you want me to send it?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a pen. You see this? The pen. Oh no, you can't do that.
The annotate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So what do you want me to write in here? The website?
Yeah, the website. Okay.
You can see that, yeah?
Yeah,
GPMS.world.
Okay. GPMS.world. Yeah, I got it now.
You got it. Yeah, I put the HTTPS just because if you just do GPMS.world, sometimes when I do it says it's an insecure platform. When obviously you do with the HTTPS.
Yeah, but as I said, I'm on Amazon, so it's not like Google. So it just goes straight to the page when I type it. Actually.
Cool. No worries. Okay, so basically it's very straightforward. You click on the individual consent here. It says group consent. We are creating an ability for people to register groups of people, like in remote villages around the world, so they can do, as a guardian, the consents on behalf of groups of people that don't have internet. But when you click on the consent and then individual consent, it will bring up this heart with the within the tree there, which you can see.
Which is heart consciousness.
Indeed, absolutely, because that's where we're connected through it.
Right? Because if you saw the previous video, I got one of my heart chakra crystals that I got from someone, you know.
Oh, cool.
From a vendor, you know, a vendor on the street, you know, who's from South America, you know. So, so it's got a rose quartz and it's got a heart to remind me to follow my heart chakra.
Yeah, always follow your heart and your and follow your gut with everything you do. So here it just says decree and consent. I'll read this for you. I confirm that I wish to end the debt-based global financial system. I add my voice to the creation of a new GPMS financial framework that will lead to financial freedom, abundance, and the transition to the new paradigm for the human experience. And then below it, you've got decree. Now, this is an energetic version, which is not that easy to read, but you can click on text and then it just gives you what that is in text. Now, yeah,
I'm going to tell you, because I have a memory of how because I do like people's cassette records sometimes, and I remembered one time because I was had a vision of someone that I was friends with and why I was friends with them, and I'd signed a contract to say why I agreed to be with them in their life and everything. And so this is exactly the same from before people came on the earth. This is actually similar to this, because as I said, if you go on because my star sign is Libra, right?
Yeah,
that's my north is Libra. That's my shadow self, you know, if people do astrology. So this is actually similar to what people before they came to earth, they actually assigned similar degrees like this actually. So yes,
this is because this is a divine instrument, Charity. So this Rick Dewars, who is the human being, let's say, behind the creation of this website and this platform, is connected directly with God and Father, in the sense that he speaks to God and Father in a way perhaps that I can't yet fully understand, because the way that I communicate with consciousness and through and to God is different, probably to how everyone else does. But he's this has been created divinely. This is there's nothing to stop this from happening. We have the support of God. This is what's been created to shift and advance humanity forward. So it's absolutely bang on that you recognize this for what it is.
Because I would say that because I remember the Catholic records of myself signing being an advocate to someone's life,
yeah,
to help them, and I said I'm willing to be in this life at a certain time, at a certain point, to be an advocate for the highest good. Or like,
yeah,
say for example, like I chose my parents because not because I wanted to get everything from them. No, it was because I came down for love, to appreciate and experience, to be with them for this turn, despite despite this. So this is a time where people are now remembering, as you said, like the previous video, the total recall, people now starting remembering their life contracts.
absolutely, 100%, 100%. So yeah, so that's beautiful. And below that, you've got freedoms, and then it's got the text here. And I would recommend maybe like after this in your own time, you could actually click on this, and it suggests reading this out loud, because what it's doing is it's actually energizing and raising the vibration of the planet as you do this, and in yourself, so that instantaneously, once you've given your agreement, your consent, again, you're running at a higher vibration, knowing that you're assisting even further in creating this new beautiful world for everyone. And
Yeah,
so
definitely. I definitely agree, because because I got contact years ago with the founder, Richard Gordon, who his last name is Gordon, who lives with us from the States, who teach quantum touch healing.
yeah,
And he recommended me to find someone in the UK.
oh,
um
awesome.
and because he teach about that, because he's a scientist, right? He's one of those people, he has experience before to believe, his whole life. But yeah, he said about, like, with water, right? You say I love you, and it's suddenly the water brings out the frequency of love. Because I do catering, right? So like, if you like touch, or I do Reiki or something, right? So like you touch the person's, or you do a massage, right? The person who's got a good instinct, they're going to say an affirmation before they even touch a person, to say love, devotion, and maybe whisper it, and the person say, oh, that's a really good massage, of course, because the fact that they put the intention. So
Yeah,
so anything you say or thought, it's going to be like activated 70 times 70. There is now on YouTube already, now governments are now leaking out about when you actually say a word with water or food, that it will it's not just the thought, but then once you put it out, the universe is going to activate 70 times 70. For example, like they did results with someone who has cancer, and the people who came to say that they're going to die, more likely to die. Those who came in to say that they're not going to die, they were more likely to recover.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, no,
The word activation, the word of activation. So
it's all
to
in the
understand
intention. It's just like people. That's where, like, even people will say, to cook really good food, you need to do it with love. Because when you actually are putting that love intention of what you're doing into it, it really does make a difference on how great it tastes.
which goes with what J.K. Rowling put towards the end of the book, and she even have interviewed to say that the message from the book of Harry Potter was all about, like, to to have one power to overcome is through love, and that's how she overcome her mental illness, her breakdowns. You know, because she used to work for Parliament. She used to, you know, she'd gone through hell and back, and her interview was that you know, magic is love.
100%, 100%. But yeah, so you've got the freedoms. It's just outlining here. So like, you know, right to moral and ethical choice of self-determination, the right of complete comfort and abundance, right to liberty, right of sustenance, you know, for clean food, water, healthcare, etc., clothing, everything you need to be comfortable and happy. Freedom to love and harmony, freedom of speech, freedom of unity, freedom of belief, freedom of movement and travel upon the earth, space and time, freedom of experience and freedom of expression. And then you've got the consent here, which is just, again, it's just saying individual sovereign consent here. It's just saying what, you know, you can print and consent, scan and return it, or simply fill in the form fields directly from the PDF and save and return.
Well, at the moment, I do not have a printer, so
you don't need any of that. Don't worry. You'll do this online. So it's got this bit here, which is if somebody's doing it on behalf of another person. You don't need to worry about that. You're doing this for yourself. And most people you introduce will just do it for themselves. So again, now as I've scrolled down below that, it says all fields marked with the asterisks here obviously are required. And so obviously you put your title in, which would be Miss or Mrs. or Ms. whatever you want, or another title.
For me, it's Miss.
For you, it's Miss. Well, yeah, there are actual other titles on there. You know, some people like ambassadors, baron, baronesses, or whatever. You know, general, they could put that in there if they want. So then it's your first name and surname, obviously last name. These are obviously with a star. You have to fill these out. Your gender,
gender choice.
Yeah, and then you've got your age. You don't put your date of birth. You just put your age. So for me, I'm 43. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm 35.
You're 35. Yeah, so you don't look 35. You look younger than 35.
Of course, because I live in a very high conscious. I'm like Snow White, live a pure heart.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. So you just put your age, 35 there. Your email address here. You don't have to put your phone number in there. I didn't bother putting my phone number in there, I don't think. I'll show you something else on the site maybe another time, if not today, where you might want to fill in a contributing form. If you want to really participate in sharing this wider, you can join the Telegram groups with us, and you can connect on calls with us with the group and stuff like that.
I already joined the Telegram.
You've already joined Telegram, so you're with Telegram, but we've got quite a few Telegram groups with GPMS, like by countries, different countries, and we've got the main groups as well.
Yeah, that'd be great to do another recording YouTube about that. That'd be great.
Yeah, sure, definitely. And then we've got the states obviously here. Okay, so you'll put Oxford, I guess, is somewhere here. Oxfordshire, there you go. So you'd put that in, and then that would be the same. Oh, hang on, why didn't that come up? What's it saying? Plugin contains I don't know what that is. Oxfordshire.
Oxford.
Yeah, Oxford. You just put in Oxford. Say names.
It's not coming.
Okay, just put in Oxford there. Yeah. So
that's a capital. That's a capital.
Oh, without the capital.
No. Not outside UK.
Oh yeah.
All right. So to the viewers, to explain to the viewers, Oxfordshire is a county and Oxford is a city.
Yes, indeed. Right. Okay. Oxfordshire, is the county, and Oxford is the city. Well remembered and well pointed out. And then you just tick this little box here, authorise and consent freely, and then here it says here, confirm your consent in the box above in any way you desire or choose. So you can use a different symbol. Most people, or a lot of people, will just do a heart, like that. So I'm just using it with my mouse, pressing down on the.
So what did you choose?
Heart. I chose a heart.
Oh, cool. That's sweet.
Yeah, most people do. Most people doing it. We're doing this from the heart. This is about our connection through the heart.
High heart chakra, high heart consciousness.
Yeah, that's it. So, and once you've done that, if you weren't very happy with your heart, you can clear it, and then you can have another go and do it, again. And I'm just clicking down on the mouse and then just dragging it to put it into the shape I want. Like I
Okay.
say, this is just an energetic signature, so it doesn't have to be perfect. It really doesn't matter. Whatever symbol, whatever shape, or whatever you think you put in there is good enough because the intention that we were talking about earlier is there,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
It's all
done.
about the power and tension.
Yeah, and that's it. It's done. So then it says, obviously here, it just says check the fields with the asterisks are marked, and then you'll get an email through because you put your email address in there to confirm, those rights that we're talking about and what you're decreeing, your decree, and so obviously you might want to check your spam folder because it could go into the spam folder. But it gives you the information to connect and be remembering the website URL so you can stay connected. It just says, by submitting your consent, you're hereby energizing, activating your alignment with, agreeing to phase 1, which is formation of a global people's monetary system, phase 2, taking control of the financial systems and institutions, and phase 3, distribution and creation of monetary abundance. And you probably don't yet understand, I don't, because I'm not sure. Did you watch the video or did you listen to Rick over a video at all? I think I sent you a link or two. I'm not sure whether.
Yeah, I think I did. Well, I did link the video. And I just said, I understand all this stuff.
You got an idea. I think you already know.
Because I just said, my whole life, I homeschool myself in reading a lot of books about like the law of attraction, universe, high conscious. Myself taught myself to use cards. I read about astrology.
Yeah, well,
So,
yeah.
but it's nice to know even more because I said, because even
There's
though
so much to learn. We're always learning.
as Mark Bieski used to say, he teach on YouTube, it's best to pretend you don't know, so then you can get more information.
Absolutely. Well, we've never learned everything, and we've always got new stuff to learn. And the more we know that, how much we don't know, the more we grow. So basically, a lot of people, when you share this with people, and depending on how you're sharing it with them, like I say, we've got links to, we've got actually a link tree which actually gives people some easy to click links to give them some initial information, videos that they can watch of interviews with Rick and other people, and Lee, who's another divine one in GPMS within the UK, and obviously I'm doing ones with people around the world as well as Rick with other people. So that all of this content we're creating helps people understand what's going on here, because a lot of people will think, oh, hang on, is this a revolution? Are you going to be taking over companies and taking over the government and all the rest of it? Well, it's not a revolution because we already are actual stakeholders of everything upon this planet. It's just been taken away from us, and we've been tricked into thinking that we actually have to ask permission for everything, which is
we don't, because as I said, I've been talked to one of my friends who does she's a practitioner, and does body emotion code, and we was talking about this, that we really have the power within us, and that we don't need to have permission as long as we are conscious of what we do and what we don't do.
Well, the one divine law that basically what's integrated with this charity is we've got the divine plan, and GPMS is the Global People's Monetary System and simplified law. And the only law that really counts is do no harm to anyone else. And that covers everything perfectly. And you don't, we know what's morally right and correct. Everyone knows what's morally right and correct. They don't really need to be told by the time they've had the right kind of guidance growing up. And so, so all of the legal systems that we know, they're all created very complexly. So is the financial system. We don't need any of this all the complexity of all of the systems created now. So we'll be removing all of the industries that are bad for the planet, bad for people, that don't serve the people, and are unnecessary and create unneeded pollution, all the rest of it. And we will be able to untap with the financial ability infinitely within all of us to create funding for whatever we need to create, whatever we need to make this planet a beautiful Garden of Eden again, and without restriction, because there will be no restriction, because we are taking control over the flow of money, because the flow of money has always been in control for as long as we know, for millennia, by the powerful elites that obviously have been the benefactors of it. And they still haven't had the freedom ultimately that this provides. So everyone will actually choose this, even many of the very wealthy people that thought that they wouldn't need something like this, in the end would come round to seeing it, I would say, largely if they have a soul, because they'll know it's the right thing to do. So anyway, so that's all completed. You hit submit. Now it won't let me submit this because I haven't filled in all of these fields. But when you do it, you hit submit. Wait a few moments. You might have to hit that submit button twice, but give it about a minute after you've clicked it once. If it doesn't confirm it for you within a minute or about a minute, click it again, and you'll probably find somebody, I think, said that you need to click it twice for that submit button for it to actually work, and then it just works. So you'll get your confirmation, and then it's done. Let me just make you the host. So it's GPMS.
Yeah, .com.
.world.
Okay, .world. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
Consciously. OL dot.
That's it.
Okay. All right.
1 second as it loads. Okay.
This is what I wanted to do on screen.
Now, so if you click on menu,
accept. Okay.
Just click on the menu.
Okay.
So yeah, and then click on consent here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Consent.
It might drop down and say individually.
Okay.
There you go.
So,
there you are. There you are. Yeah.
Okay.
So scroll down.
Decree and consent. I confirm that I wish to end the debt-based global financial system. I add my voice to the creation of the new GMPS financial. Sorry, I can't really see. It's just because my screen is not very good. So I have to read in the other screen that I got because it's large, right?
No worries.
So okay, I confirm that I wish to end the debt-based global financial system. I add my voice to the creation of a new GPMS financial framework that will lead to financial freedom, abundance, and the transition to a new program for the human experience. Click to consent. Okay.
Now scroll down a bit more.
Okay.
Scroll down further. Yeah. Now there you where it says all fields marked with an asterisk, just at the bottom, just a bit lower. There you go. So now you've got your title. So click on the title. Yeah.
So
Miss
is MIS is single,
yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Charity Gordon. So female, age 35. Put my company name, email, professional email account, fuelofessence@outlook.com. Okay, not going to do my phone.
No, you don't need to. So select, you need to, country and then state. You've got state there. So yeah.
So yeah.
Scroll down.
Okay.
If you click on O, it might actually bring it up straight away.
Okay. This not,
there we go.
Yep, we've got Oxford. Yep. Okay. City.
Yep.
Other city. Yep. Oxford. So of authorize and consent freely.
Yeah.
And put clear because.
Well, it looks like it's black. I can't see can't see it very clearly. It looks like because the screen's black.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I prefer to use my tablet.
Doesn't matter. I mean, like I say, anything you put there is the same intention, even if it doesn't look like that's a heart. I can see that's a heart.
You
played it again. Yeah. Don't click clear once you've done it.
Okay.
There you go. That's good enough. And then you can just scroll down a bit more. Hit submit.
Okay. Submit.
Right. Wait for a second. Click it again. Click submit again. Oh, there you go. Thank you for your message. It has been sent. And then you can click on that little blue box there if you want, just to see what pops up. Download that so you can have a quick look.
Yep.
There you go.
Every man, woman, and child is born by nature free, equal, sovereign, and possess the inherent knowing of what is morally and ethically right. By definition, no one can ever be in a position of authority above another. I have chosen and I am energizing my highest moral principle. I am fully supporting the evolving divine plan contained within the global people's monetary system and simplified law, GPMS, through my consent given below. I am activating my intimate,
Infinite,
intimate,
intrinsic.
trans, intrinsic. This is not dyslexia and ADD.
That's all right. No, that's all right. I'm just guiding you.
Blowing up my intimate, inter, in
Intrinsic.
what intrinsic
Yeah.
value. I know the word is so frustrating sometimes, and right to create in unison with others an intimate money supply that is used as a tool to provide instant comfort and abundance for all of humanity. I am also activating to the fullest my creator, absolute
Unalienable. It's a bit of a hard one to say.
inalienable right and freedom upon the earth as well in the space of time. For me, I feel it's me. I'm the great I am, and I'm served my divine mother, my divine father on earth, who
Absolutely.
allowed me to be a god and a goddess of my
Indeed.
own universe.
Which is
That's
why
my
it's in all space and time.
yeah, exactly. Every man, woman, and child.
This is what you just read that. You have to scroll a bit
Yeah,
more.
yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the one.
These unlimited rights and freedoms include right to moral and ethical choice of self-determination, right of complete comfort and abundance, right to liberty, right of substance, freedom to love and harmony, freedom of speech, freedom of unity, freedom of belief, freedom of movement and travel upon the earth, space and time, freedom of spirit, experience, freedom of expression.
There you
And then
go.
I have to write.
No, this is just showing you the form that you've
Okay.
completed. That shows that
Oh,
you've agreed to it. There you go.
okay.
That's a heart. It's got a bit of
Okay.
pattern inside it, but that's the heart. So
Okay.
congratulations. So you're now part of the creation process of what we're bringing, and children can agree to this. It doesn't matter. There's no age limit, of course, because every being upon the planet's voice counts. In that sense, obviously, every human being's voice.
Yeah,
Can
that was definitely that's what I was talking to my friend Ian last night. We both agreed that because we were talking about a spiritual awakening and consciousness, and we were saying like even though he's from the south, that as children we because he's 30 and I'm 35, right? I'm 5 years older than him. And we both agreed that as children, we had a very high conscience, but the world did not understand of that of what we have to say,
of course. Yeah. Well, this
you
is
know, you know. So this is like for the indigo, the rainbow children, the crystal children, this is like an ideal way that they've been asking for a long time.
yeah, prayers have been answered with this. A lot of people they're not ready yet to with their consciousness level to necessarily accept that, but this is everyone wants what this provides. And it will happen now. So that's great. So that's a pleasure. Obviously showing you that and having you complete that, and for you to obviously be one with us and join us in sort of sharing the message. So we're in phase one, which is sharing the word, spreading the word, and then going into phase two. Once we've got maybe about 1 billion or 1.5 billion voices in agreement to this worldwide, we'll have the support of the people by majority, a bigger number than any sort of independent nation. We are a
Okay.
nation in our own right, and that way, with the support of the people behind it, we can then actually then start to go into these institutions and go into the banks and the media agencies to broadcast it and roll it out, and then actually begin creating accounts, bank accounts for those that don't have any. We have a plan at this stage is to create an initial amount for every being, every man, woman, and child on the planet of about we anticipate it could be different at the time, but about $12,000 or whatever the strongest currency is at that time, just as an amount to go into their account, so that they have instant comfort as soon as implementation happens. And then there's mass deflation that happens when no one has to pay for their home or rent or mortgage or loans, all the debt, all the taxes, it disappears overnight. We have a right of everything in terms of the energy
because
created.
yeah, because as I said, that like I said, my message, I've been waiting because I said I'm one of the Earth Angels, crystal rainbow child that's been waiting for. I was born 1986, and I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Yeah. Well, I had a premonition about it as well.
The idea of this life, because people like myself don't want suffering. They want to have, they want to progress and have to be freely to another child who awaken, that they'll no longer be put down in their frequency and say you need to take a tablet because you don't agree with how this life works, and instead of saying, it's trying to see their point of view.